All of our consultants are going to be getting small repair kits to fix minor repairs such as changing out jump rings and fixing lobster claws. We will also show you how to fix a loop on the bottom of an earring hook. However, we do recommend that most earring repairs should come back to our corporate office. This is a double jump ring opener. These are bent nose pliers. And this is a round tip plier. Also, in addition to the tools, we are going to give you a couple of minor things just to help with the repairs. The first is just going to be a couple of lobster claws. The second is going to be some 7mm double jump rings. You're going to need this tool for that. And then also the 6mm single jump rings, and you're going to need both pliers to open those. Each tool is used for something specific as far as fixing these pieces, and you need to make sure that you use the right tool for the right repair. So using this necklace first, this is our flame piece, and say one of your customers came in and these two pieces were no longer attached. You take your double jump ring opener and you hold it so the round part is on top and the flat part is on the bottom, and then you take your double jump ring and holding so, hold the jump ring just as so, and you're going to take it and clamp it right in the middle between each ring. That's going to automatically force the jump ring to open, and then that's when you can take the chain and just pry it through like you would with any key ring or anything of that matter. So then the next thing we want to show you is how to open a single jump ring. Now, in doing so, we're also going to show you how to close the single jump ring as well. That's probably going to be the most common problem you're going to encounter on simple fixes. So you're going to take both of your bent nose pliers, I like to hold one in each hand, and then pick up the jump ring, and what you're going to do is hold the jump ring with the opening on the very top, so it's right between your fingers. Take one plier and put it on one side of the opening so you're holding it. It's really important that you hold it really firm so it doesn't slip out of the plier. Take your other one, put on the other side of the opening so you're firmly grasping both sides, and all you do is twist. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes backward, and it's just going to force it open. What you don't want to do is pull apart. That will actually bend the jump ring out of place. So make sure it's a twisting motion. When you twist, it's also easier to make it go right back into place. So once you've opened it, you can just simply slip off what you need. Now say a client comes to you and their jump ring is just slightly open, their piece keeps falling apart, you really think it just needs to be closed. Again, just take a plier in each hand, take the jump ring like we talked about, plier on each side of the opening, and just force it together using that bending mechanism again, and then it should just go right together. One of the other problems you may come into is a client may bring you a piece and the lobster claw may be broken. Every once in a while we get lobster claws that are actually soldered together and they won't open at all. So instead of breaking a nail, what you can do is just change it out. So in our little baggie of lobster claws, you're just going to get one of them out, looks just like that, and then you're going to take the piece and all you need to do is just open up that jump ring. Some pieces may have double jump rings and other may have single. It just depends on how the designer designed the piece. Both of your tools that you have will allow you to open either of them. This one has a single, so I'm just going to take one side in each plier and I'm just going to twist it open. Take the old lobster claw off, you can just throw that away. And we're going to take the new one, and the hole you're just going to slip on one side of the jump ring, and then you're just going to close it back up again using that twisting. One thing that you did notice, I never let go of this side in my plier. One thing that you want to be sure and do is if you're right-handed or left-handed, make sure that that's your dominant hand. Since I'm right-handed, I do most of my moving with my left and I hold with my right. So in holding this piece is not going anywhere. If I was to drop it, either if there were multiple pieces on that jump ring, they would all fall apart. So it's very important that you hold that very firm while you're twisting and opening the jump ring to replace that lobster claw. Once it's on good, you just twist it back and you should be good to go. Now that we've finished fixing the flame necklace, we're going to move on to a pair of earrings. This is the Frida earring. We're going to demonstrate on this earring some of the most common fixes that we would need to do. If you notice, there are two loops here. The top loop is actually attached to the earring hook, and the bottom loop is part of the earring itself. The most common reason for earrings to break is the bottom hoop that is actually part of the earring is not attached, and it comes loose, which is what causes it to fall off. So we're going to show you how to make sure that that's really tight, and if not, how to round out the loop a little bit more. So we'll take an earring, and say the loop is tight enough, it's just not touching the other side of the post. What you'll want to do is take one of your pliers and then just hold it very tight between your two fingers and squeeze the post and the other curved side together. This is going to force it to come together more so that it shouldn't break open anymore. The other common thing is if the loop isn't tight enough, what you'll need to do is take your round nose pliers, you're going to hold it sideways again, and you're going to take one of the barrels, you're going to stick it inside the loop, and you're actually going to do a curve motion towards yourself. You need to make sure that you're clamping down very tightly so that that curve will actually go into a circle instead of just brushing over it. So you're going to take the barrel, you're going to go straight inside and curve it under, and then once you've made a little bit deeper curve, you'll pick up your plier and you're going to squeeze it together just like we talked about previously. Now, if this seems too complicated of a fix, or if you're just concerned it's not going to look right, we request that you send it back to our corporate office to ensure that it's going to be fixed properly and the customer won't have any more problems.